Oh, well, good morning, people. The stomach is already making noise. All right. Morning prayer. It's a very cloudy day. Let's address the talit thing. First of all, if you watched the video, you would know I was mentioning building a habit that grows your practice of your faith. When I got here, I just didn't have it in view. So I'm going to go back and put it back on things. So once I arrived here, I just kind of kept it away and just kind of, And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Having it up there was just kind of like a reminder. So you see, this is a form of running with intention. Because I'm going to put it there. And I'm always going to be reminded. Or I put some type of a habit. So before my morning routine, this was part of my morning routine. You would have seen that if you just watched the video. So there were several comments which were saying, oh, so now talit. And I'm like, it's just a matter of what habits, okay? But I remember something that one particular guy who they do camping reviews and stuff like that.
Sticks and leaves, so I've taken some of that. No. You were saying earlier, like mentally, I think I'm going to feel more comfortable like enclosed. Well, apart from a couple little holes, here and there, I think we're pretty much there with this. That's much better.
It's all about the psychology.
Yeah.
So there you go. He mentions it very clearly. There is a mental aspect to it. It builds a mental... If you know about neural pathways and building habits, building a habit, it's such an important part of growing in faith. I think these socks, they're not dirty, but I don't want socks smelling. Get a different pair. The religion of Christianity. And I think people don't like thinking about that. They don't like thinking about the religion of Christianity. Mainly because we like to think, Christianity is not a religion. Christianity is not a religion. So, but the acts of discipleship are a religion. So, what are you saying? It's cold right now, so we stay blanket up. This blanket stays with me almost for majority of the day because you can't use heaters because that just drains your electricity. Now, this is not my place. Nation. So I am a little bit late today. 8:17. I am late. I know, but my waking up hours is roughly about 7 in the morning. That is the corner at which I record. Remember, my mom passed, so there is that. And this specific space is empty because things have been moved. Could have been bad. Okay, I'm gonna get something to eat, but I think I can do that in a second. Let's do the devotion first. I will come back. I had left my boom right here. So you need this practice that allows you a sense of built-in devotion, basically. The next 30 minutes doing that. Now, that's just my morning. Okay, it's not much of my day. Because I do Christian content, I interact with the things of God for almost the entire day. What are we reading today? I don't write directly on it because your notes change. Except it's something that's not going to change, like a chain reference or something like that. I need to go back to also my journaling. You see how I used to journal my Bible, my note taking. method specifically for my study. Let me decide what I'm going to read. Yes, I didn't decide. I don't wake up and decide what I'm going to read, except I'm reading chronologically. That's not necessarily how I design my reading. Now, there is something that I'm interested in thinking, and alongside my study, I do have a lot of things that I read my Bible with. For today, I'll only talk about this one. This has always been next to me. The Zandervan, it's a 2-volume commentary. I do wish to find the other one that contains Old Testament, because this is only from Matthew. There is also my NET full note edition Bible. It's a KJV. I'm a King James guy. This is my second Bible, and it's one of the most important instrumental things in my study. So that, this, and this is that it's over there. I wake up from over there. It's like the first thing I see in the morning. It sets me right. It reminds me. It's a prayer shop. It's a prayer shop. It reminds me morning activity. I gotta get reading. I gotta find something. So first, let me find something. Then I find a note inside my Bible. I don't know. It's this funny set, and it's written about the resurrection. Okay, I guess we're reading the resurrection. In my study help is right there. So Jesus prophesied his coming death again. Okay, so that's what I'm going to read. That is Matthew 20:17 to 18. Let's see chapter 20 then. My method of study here, you'll notice I love marking by context. So if you see this green goes all the way up until there might be major points, but you see where reaching a context comes to. I read by context. Most people, when they are reading or when they study, they just mark verses. They don't have a method to it. Now, there are people that are very detailed in their journaling. If you've ever read the Hallmark Rainbow Bible, you will know that it's color coded, and each color means something. You can see those right here at the bottom, and so when you see a certain color, you know it's about this topic. And so for some people, when they journal, then they mark it by the meaning of those things. So they'll mark prophecy a certain color, faith a certain color, and whatnot. And so that's another style of journal. When I mark a level, an area, I always mark it by context. So find what works for you, build a model of how you want to do that. For me, this is how I always mark my Bible, by context, so that if a person quotes a verse in the middle, when I go back to it, I know where the context starts. I was going to give myself 5 minutes, but filming, you're not going to get it done in 5 minutes. 10 is gone. Let's start. Isn't that funny? I just happened, before we get to the prediction, which is over here, that same chapter 20 just happens to be about the kingdom of heaven is like a man went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard. Ain't it interesting that I just happened to be reading that? Quite a way. Not gonna need that. That's good. Very powerful one. But I will tell you my thoughts on it towards the end of the video. So what I read tends to form a part of my meditation for the day. Now, I do want to do this. I want to read a portion of this, and I'm going to come back later on in the day to read the rest of it. Because at 16, he starts another journey with sons of Zebedee's children, right? Yeah. They came unto him. I'm going to read that a little bit later. Right on time. 20, 30 minutes later. 20, 15 minutes or so. The problem is we create a hurdle not to do it. And so, or you like you see, I'm showing you how you can do it. Okay? I read a portion. And some of these Bibles, they are divided proper, right? You read up until to where it's divided. You come back, you continue from where it last ended. I gotta get the rest of the morning done. But first, before I leave the table, know what now forms part of my prayer and what forms my meditation for the rest of the day. And that forms the next portion of our thing. Before we go into the work, we gotta do our prayer thing. My day doesn't go forward. We don't go breakfasting before we check what's happening on them charts. That's just about it. We don't look for too much. I just look for the distribution of, only looking at the distribution of orders from open of profile. So right there, that's about it. So since the day started, this is the volume. These are low volume areas. It's in the center. What time is it? That's the time. For now, I need to get something in the stomach. Now, I'm not showing you this place because it's not my place. Okay, give Vagashi.
As you tried to do some more interviews. But now, let me correct something. In the application for naturalization, Pastor 3 now introduces a third South African lady, Subject 7. He says he's married to Subject 7. And someone at Home Affairs could not pick that up. Yet the affidavit says Subject 5. But in the application of naturalization, he says he's married to Subject 7. Another South African lady. I ask again, do you want citizens to keep quiet and fold their arms because they are fearful of being called xenophobic? Now, according to the records from the National Population Register, they reflect that Pastor 3 married Subject 4. A fourth South African lady. On March the 5th, 2020, married 4 South African ladies.
Decided to see something in reaction to those low volume notes I was talking about. It's because the point is a huge point of control at where it's reversing. So if it does continue there, it's a good spot to go up. It can go 1, 2, 3. 3200. Let me see if I can validate and see where that 32 is. It's the high. There's this particular high that shoved us to the ground yesterday afternoon opening of the US session. I believe, is it news? Yeah, opening session was around here, and then late afternoon US session spiked down, FOMC spiked down, and so reaching the high of where those spikes went to. Now the risk to reward, it's unheard of. It's a 1 to 10 almost. I would bring it down because it's It's 250 actually, so it's supposed to be a little bit below that. That's a little update. It popped out of that level, so yeah. I mean, like, you don't even have to guess. There is the range there. Spike down, come back into the range. The blue line above is getting out of the range. Let's see if that volume, which is concentrated by the way to this top. There was a sell pressure here. There's a lot of sell pressure here, and I was hoping to see buyers protect that from getting into the sell, which is why my stop is right there, because that's what I was talking about. So the WAP is here, which is a protection used by a lot of institutions. So I was hoping to see that pop out of that, or a reversal back up. So once it got above that, that's an in for a trade. There's a lot of buy pressure up here. Bit concerning, it might not happen. Pause. So because of that, I brought my stop for one of the positions. The stop that was below there, I brought it to break even. And the only stop that I have is for this position right there. Yeah, so it's a little bit in limbo. This might be, of course, we don't have direct. We think about what is known as a stop loss cascade. Cascade would show that this is not good. But that green line you're seeing there, which is the Ichimoku Shinkong span, which is one of my execution lines, it is going towards a break above the candles. If it does, that will show a return of buyers. So sells, we are seeing sell dominance, which may mean these were closing of orders. Okay, it could be any. So that doesn't have pressure. Yes, the move can go up, but it might not last. And the calendar pretty much looks like this. So in simple terms, the market might hold and do nothing. A hand that is strong, it might move, but right now when I'm sitting in front of it, nothing much. So that's why break even for one position, which is the one which is above. In the meantime, let me return to this. So those are the levels. These are the levels where the sells were, which is why my stop was below here. The pressure for sells started here. See the top, right? And then the pressure for buys was above here. So you see why I wanted it to get above there. It just blew right through it. Just blew right through. Right through that level. Right there. Alright, let me look through this thing proper. Now there's some other pressure right about below there. Right below there. So should price come back, it's up until this level. So this trade stop can go to break even because we don't need price nice one. We don't need price getting below this level. You want to see how it looks on the chart? That is it. And guess what? It's 10 o'clock. My trading time is 8 and 10. Trading Nasdaq right now. So you see that green line? Do you see that green line? When it crosses above this candles, I look to have a position. Cross below, I look to have a position. And a bounce on the cloud. The whole 9 jazz. That's a good one. So you'll remember targets a little bit, not far. It's not far. So I gotta go shoot this video. I think we're done with that. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. You can't determine these things. You take probability, and your probability is your best friend. The rest is that. I think I'm going to take a shower first. Volume to show that there is pressure to the upside. This is what I meant. As you can see it's building, and it's buyers who are building. So this is building on buyers' entries, okay? Here could have been stops, it could have been closing of positions, anything could have driven the market up. Since we were above the WAP, it could have been stops, sellers closing positions, whatever the cascade looks like. So that's what it looks like. The initial risk was below here. I did lower it, but the initial risk was below here where these sellers were at. And so, as you can see, it is a 3R right now. Okay, just jumped. It is now a 3.5R. I'm gonna move my trailing to 3R. Modify. Anyways, right now there is a bit of resistance right there. Remember, my TP was around here. And it's not that far. So there's no point. There's a lot of volume that's building up here. And I think I'm going on minutes. This is a 1 minute chart. This was in minutes. Just poof, poof, poof. So there's a very heavy level of orders above here. It's holding. Yep. This might be it. Now, you'll remember I mentioned there is some sell pressure. There's some pressure building up there. Not clear if it was buys or what. It trailed me out, and you can see it's coming down. Now, price might continue further higher, but I'm just going to take that. I'll come back later on. We're still working on the skill. We're not making money yet. We're not making money yet. You got to understand, you got to understand. That's priceless. There was something going on around there. Now, of course, the move went back, and it looks like it's going back up. But so the trade being executed here and taking it out here, right? Took the trade out here. That means I took a 4R on the trade. But had I left it, I would have only taken 2 to 3 R, because it would have taken me out because I was trailing it. But there's no point to be taking 3R when I could have taken a 4. Well, as you can see, it was not necessary to keep the trade at all. Had I kept the trade at break even, it would have kicked us out without making anything. Had I not trailed it, we would have lost on all of that. But when the move comes up, it can give you hope. You start thinking it's going. And I mentioned the way, you see, like right now, this is a bit of a balanced market. It's a bit of a balanced market. This can be a failed auction. We don't know. We'll see. And plus, there's news later on. So the way this was populated with delta red volumes, this said that the move upwards might not sustain. And that's part of the reason why I use the particular trading system that I do. And it's a forward tested system. I do not do a lot of back test. I do a lot of forward test because I use too many things, and most of them I cannot rewind them. It's impossible to rewind them. I use multiple platforms. It's impossible to rewind everything because I need to see so much, and all of that data, I can't get it on one place. MACD hitting at the bottom, and if you just check MACD hitting at the bottom over there, and you see price go up, so you have a reference. So, but it's below the cloud, so it's not a thingy, but it's below the cloud at a point of actually possible crossing. Is actually volume I could have waited for it to hit at the top. That's where buyers are at. This level might break, so there's a specific signal that I look for, and that signal is there, which gives off that this level might break. But I needed to get out of here. This type of a trade, I normally don't have a very high win rate with this specific trade thingy, because like I said, it's at the high of the value trade thing. It turned on top of my stop loss. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have a cross and the price is inside buyer's volume. It turned right on top of it. The trade was taken above here. Okay, wait, it's not here. I can see, man, something is off. Right there. Yeah, so it's a 1-to-1. So it allows me, so it's not a 1-to-3, it's a 1-to-1. It's not a good thing. But remember, the signal is only valid up here. So for most people, they'll take the trade here. So when I have an early trade, which most people of course advise against this is what a reoffer looks like. Price is above, and then the moving average enters the volume, and then price continues up. Okay, so yes, I can just simply wait for the signal to fully happen, but it's a C setup. Normally don't take C setups because they don't work so well. You can see there the stop was below here. To be very clear, this can still pop and go up there, but it's a C setup for a reason, because that setup mostly does not work. Did what I said with the volume climbing above, and the moment I got out for half of what the loss was supposed to be manually, it popped out literally 3-4 candles after, and there it is. It was held by those buyers that I spoke about here, and they popped it out. That signal has just popped up when it's here again. It just popped up again. I'm seeing it again. It popped up here, now it's popping up here. I can't take that. That's way late. Now you see why this trade's idea, even though the entry was here, could have given me a better entry down here, but it works best if I'm taking a C setup to having one here or at the place where the buyers are. For those that don't know what a C setup is a setup, don't mind me moving around. Because I work from home, I have to keep moving around. In trading, you have to grade the trade on the basis of what you've learned over a long period. And so it can be a winning trade, but it can be a bad signal because you tend to lose more on that signal. So although this trade is about HTTP, right? It's about to hit, that's order flow, never mind that. So that's how I know if there's orders, if there's buyers or sellers or whatnot. I see setup because when those buyers offer and it pulls, those offers can be pulled. It's called spoofing. It's called spoofing. And so spoofing is when they show an order and before price gets to it, they remove it. That is that. This is why I wanted it in. So taking it there, it's not good. Doesn't mean nothing. It can still reverse. I prefer it when it just was right at that low. We'll see how far it goes. I'll come back. Literally just 2 minutes after I stopped recording, it just popped. Now I'm gonna measure this one. I'll leave this one here and then I'll measure how high this went. Gotta go. Let me go and shoot this video for the morning episode. Now let's start with this one. And 3 hours later, we are done. So I took 3 hours. And so now I gotta finish up a little bit of edit and then I can post them out. So another 30-40 minutes. The last time you saw this video, it was 2 o'clock. Just finished editing this one. Oh man, I'm tired now. I got to eat. So I'll leave that rendering. As you can see, it is 3:30, meaning the US session opens in 15 minutes. Right, so the chart is here now. So that trade which I said I don't like this particular, it's a C setup. You'll remember the trade where I said I don't want to take it, it was now here. And I said it's because it might not move if that signal is removed. You see why. So that signal being gone, this trade might have lost because this was the high. And look at it now, it went. That's why this is set up, I don't like it. Even though it went to this, but remember, my trade was here. So it might have gone, but you see why. It might have not gone well. So this, yeah, that's where it might come back down. It might come back, it might double bottom and then come back down, yeah, and come back to the area of the highest volume. I hear the sound that side, which means the video is done rendering. So I'll watch it in a second. Let me go and upload. All right, the video is up. Time is flying. It's 3:30 now. US open. Let's see. All right, so just making sure the video is okay. Price has just returned exactly. There it is. Like I was saying, it might return down. It went exactly right there. Right here, there was a lot of volume traded here. That level that I was saying took this. So right there, because it is a WAP level, so you'll remember institutions use that a lot. Now, to be very clear, I do not like recording during session because market moves very fast. First of all, let's take count. I had a buy here, and that buy, it went and it swept it. There was a signal that popped up which it validated for a sell when it popped back up here. It popped here, it invalidated it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sit on the side. The buy, I did see the buy first. If you see that buy, it tipped me. Second buy, it tipped me. Then there was this one which we were sell. It popped. We got there was signs of invalidation. Oh my, this guy also saw the same buy. You just hit TP right now. The same exact buy. That's the last one. I'm gonna go break even. The moment it takes over that, we're gone. There's a big buyer right now in the market. So I'm trying to determine how I'm gonna trade next week because I don't need to increase lot sizes with this. With this trading style, you can trade the same lot. The change of risk, change of lots, that whole strategy because it's an A setup, nah, I don't think. It does not work for me. I think this one is the one that works. I've shown it. That it. Let's see if maybe it will give it a second chance. I need to go eat, bro. I need to go eat. I'm hungry now. I've only had those thingy that I had in the morning. Take that. Take it. It legit just went to it and it didn't do nothing. There was no change of the offers above there. So far, I think I'm gonna just go eat. All right, it's back. Boom! I hope you caught that. When I was switching on, it was just about to jump. I was full tired. There is a level that I can actually hold this trade to. Just we don't need a break even here. So someone will say, why not just leave the trade running? It's because that level, as I mentioned, there is a lot from an auction perspective. There's a lot that happened there. Price can easily shoot back. Price just jumped back. It would have gone back. Even if I had my break even, it would have kicked me out of the break even. If not go to my stop. Of course, it's still here. That's where my entry was. So that is an options level. That's why holding that trade didn't make sense. So it's not emotional. Yes, I'm tired, but even if I was still sitting, I would close. I gotta go eat. So there's this high level of orders. And there's this second. There's a low volume pocket. It tapped into that. So does it mean buy, go back up? Now, still making the food. Boom. Brav decides to bump, goes up, does the reverse thing. Whoppa. One way. Leeway, caught leeway. Caught leeway. Yikes. The risk on it is almost ridiculous also. And time to break even has come. Time to break even has come. The break even would have been kicked out. Like I mentioned, they sell pressure at these wicks. Right exactly where it is. So I'm gonna bring the stop right below where it turned. Yeah, I think there's a problem here. I'm gonna kick that out. Those weeks are not encouraging. And bam, the trade is out. So I went straight to sleep. I was tired, I was cold, my feet were thingy. You saw how hectic the day was. I mean, like I didn't get to eat even up until 5 or something like that. And even then there was still things because the market was moving and I had to get videos done. It was a lot. Okay, over 6+ hours. And this morning is no different. But today, because I woke up so tired yesterday, I gave myself a little break, and I'm starting out just a little bit late. 8 o'clock I was not on the computer, and you can see the move literally starts around then. 10 o'clock I was not gonna trade this because the move had already gone, but it had crossed the VWAP. No, I'm not yet liking where it is right now, so we're just gonna trade the US session. Okay, so you will notice that if you watch yesterday's part of the vlog, you would see that yesterday I did not finish the reading of yesterday. The vineyard workers, right? And inside there, he brings up the subject matter of the laborers that are brought up, and it reminded me of the body. There is a subject that I've wanted to make a video about, which is the mystery of the church. So I'm starting this video a little bit late. If you can tell, it's almost 10. Actually, that's a lie. It's already 10. Because it's cold today, we're rocking the blanket, okay? We are rocking the blanket. So I've already started my study on this side. I came to study this side. So I'm putting together verses that I'm gonna read for this study, and I hope I can do it under 30 minutes. Looks like it's gonna be a very big video, but I'm just cross-referencing some of the verses. And in the video when I was talking about the daughter of Benson Idausa, I mentioned the subject matter of the mystery of the church. I'm definitely going to do that because I've always wanted to do that, so let's get it done. All right, so about an hour later from the time when I started studying for this video, I am done. Yeah, it's a little bit now it's set in motion. Let me get recording. Trust me, you will not believe what time it is since I started shooting that video. Yep, I'm only uploading the video right now. Yes, you are seeing correct. You are seeing correct. Took me 2 hours. 1 hour study, 2 hours shooting, and yeah. This does also mean that the 12 o'clock is on. Mark that level. Let's go far. Let's go 1. Yeah, we had a seller's push right here at the wick of this candle. Right about there. So you'll see that buyer's push fail. We POC moved a little bit higher right about that time, and right there, so I took a trade, put a stop above here. P here, it's a 1-to-1. It's literally a 1-to-1. Right, so that's about it. I'll trail it. I'm not gonna close it directly. I'll just trail it and see, maybe it will push further. So when it just started dipping up above this, and I saw this level here, that there was dominance of bias. This is a good spot, And because we had these sellers who had dominated this level, I thought this trade is perfect when it got here. So took that. It might hit TP. Might hit TP. So we can reduce that. Remember, this week's goal was not necessarily profit. It was to determining a lot size risk type. I'm gonna finish doing the thumbnail. I'm gonna do the thumbnail. I haven't started. I'm gonna start doing the thumbnail for this video and then see if it's fully uploaded. Oh man, this thing did me like this. Ain't no way this thing did me like this. So I had added 2 positions here. So I had one, as I mentioned here, there was a bunch of sellers at the bottom there, the strength, and it pulled out. So I had a first position. I had a second one once it did this bias strength right here. It responded to it, and then it blew right through the sellers. So I was like second position. So I had the first and the second. Now this is the WAP. The blue line is the WAP, and I was buying, looking for it to get to the top of this. Oh, if you spot that, I was right, but it swept. You can see it's a wick. This is just a wick. All the bodies are above that area, so it would have stopped me out for the full stop, but once I saw this second one, I was like, nah, there's no point. So it would have stopped me out because my stop was right below there. As I mentioned, it would have just tipped me out and went. That's a painful one. That's a painful one, because this trade, I had taken this trade, I think 3 times. There was here, there was here, there was here that I closed, but it would have snapped me. And I just found out why. Oh my goodness. This is roughly about 10 minutes ago. There was a Hezbollah ceasefire agreement. Now, this took me about 6 hours to edit, sound design, and all that for a 2-day, oh my goodness, for a 2-day episode. So this is going to be a Saturday episode. So basically, every Saturday I'll do a week breakdown vlog. Okay? Do like the video. This takes way too much. The next vlog will be Saturday, 11 o'clock. Saturday, 11 o'clock will be the next vlog. Okay? I'll see you next week for these videos. Then you'll have the normal episodes, and I might shift it to that other channel that we were doing vlogs. I don't know. We'll see.